So picture this. You're the pilot of a small plane. You've decided it's time for a new destination, more confidence, healthier habits, a better version of you. So you grab the controls and you turn the nose in a new direction. And for a while, it feels like you're going exactly where you want to go. But here's the problem. Your unconscious mind is like the plane's autopilot. The minute you take your hands off the controls, it quietly overrides everything you've just done and steers you right back to the original course it was programmed with. That course, that flight plan, is your identity. The story you've been telling yourself about who you are. Maybe for years. And here's the truth. You can try as hard as you want to change your habits, your routines, your behaviors, but until you update the identity underneath them, every new direction will eventually snap back to right where you started. Now, I learned this the hard way. For years, I studied hypnosis. I wanted to be a consulting hypnotist, but I just wasn't getting anywhere. I was doing the work, learning the techniques, but the results just weren't matching the effort. And then it hit me. I was still thinking of myself as someone who was learning hypnosis. I wasn't actually seeing myself as a hypnotist. So I made the mental shift. I began calling myself hypnotist to myself and to others. And suddenly, everything felt different. The conversations I had, the way I practiced, it just all felt natural because I changed the flight plan. This is why so many thoughtful, capable people just like you, can make big changes for a while, but sooner or later, the old habits creep back in. It's not a lack of willpower. It's just the autopilot doing its job. And though your willpower comes and goes, that autopilot never gets tired. In a minute, I'll show you exactly how you can rewrite that flight plan so the autopilot works for you, so the changes you make feel natural, automatic, and fast. Before we can change your autopilot, we have to figure out what it's currently programmed to do. And that means spotting the identity, the story you've been telling about yourself that's been quietly steering you all this time. Now pay attention to the labels you give yourself, even in casual conversation. Do you call yourself disorganized, shy, a procrastinator, someone who never sticks with things? Those aren't just descriptions. They're coordinates for your mental GPS. If you call yourself a night owl, you'll unconsciously avoid morning routines because they don't feel like who you really are, the label you've been carrying. Once we accept a label, our subconscious mind works hard to keep it accurate. That's why you can want to change, but still find yourself doing the things that make that label true. Now, ask yourself, who do I want to be? What identity would make the choices I want feel effortless? This is your new set of coordinates. If you want to be stronger, then start identifying as an athlete. An athlete doesn't have to force themselves to train. It's simply a part of who they are. And once you've spotted and changed the old coordinates, the real magic begins. Because now we can reprogram the autopilot so it flies you toward the new identity automatically. This is where you start reprogramming your autopilot. Not by forcing yourself into new habits, but by inviting your mind to imagine a better way of being. And you don't have to believe it yet. You just need to be able to see it. If you can close your eyes just for a moment and picture yourself standing in a calm, quiet space. It might be your living room, a favorite spot in nature, or somewhere completely imaginary. Now imagine a version of yourself standing there right in front of you. They're exactly like you, except they've already become the person you want to be. Look at them. Notice how they hold themselves, the way they breathe, the look in their eyes. And notice what they're wearing, what they're doing, even the expression on their face. And see them smile at you, and if you smile back, you'll know it's working. They know something you don't know yet. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you know or you sense it's only a matter of time before you learn their secret. And as you watch them, notice how natural it feels. Like this is who they've always been. And take a moment to study how they act, especially in situations that used to give you trouble. Now, in your mind, just for a moment, step into that other you and see what it feels like to be that way. To walk and talk that way. To feel that way. And notice the way you move and the way you feel. And now step back into your old self. And see yourself again from the outside. Notice the shift, what it feels like to be the old you again. And here's a little secret. If you could be that person, even for a moment, you already have all you need to be them all the time. So step inside them again and feel that shift again. And when you're ready, open your eyes. But keep that feeling with you. Even if it's faint right now, you've started to install a new flight plan. And the more you revisit this image, even for a minute a day, the faster your autopilot will accept it as the new normal. And here's the thing. When you do this consistently, you won't have to force a change. Your mind will simply be steering you there on its own. But there's one final piece that makes sure this shift actually sticks long term. Visualization plants the seed, but to grow roots, your new identity needs reinforcement. Not just through action, but the way you think and speak about yourself. Even before action and the feelings, there's a decision. The decision to be the new identity. And that starts with short daily visualizations, just like we did, and with using language that supports that identity. Say to yourself in the present tense, I am an athlete, or I am a confident communicator, whatever you want to be. The words you use are like coordinates you're feeding to your autopilot. One big burst of effort can feel impressive in the moment, but it's the small repeated actions that tell your autopilot, this is who we are now. Do them daily and they'll start to feel automatic. Each time you complete one of these small actions, pause for a few seconds and tell yourself, this is what an athlete does, or this is what a competent communicator does. The goal isn't to force belief, it's to normalize it. At first, your old autopilot might try to pull you back, and that's normal. When that happens, respond to it directly. Say, thank you. I appreciate what you're trying to do for me. But we have a new course programmed in now. This is who I am. Please help me be it. By doing this, you're training your subconscious to get on board with your new identity instead of fighting it. Now you've got the decision, the language, and the daily actions to back it up. Welcome to the new you. There's only one thing that can quietly undo all the progress you've made, and it's not falling back into old habits. It's overthinking the change itself. Once you see how much control you have over your new identity, it's tempting to overanalyze it. You start asking, am I doing this right? Should I change more things? What else should I be becoming? And before you know it, you're spending more time thinking about change than actually living it. Your brain thinks it's helping. It's trying to protect you from making a mistake. But in reality, this mental looping pulls you out of action and into uncertainty. The moment you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, pause and do something. Anything that your new identity would do. Don't debate it. Don't perfect it. Just take the step. Action breaks the loop every time. If you ever find yourself stuck in that mental loop, procrastinating, second guessing, I made another video that will help you break free fast. Watch it next and give yourself the tools to keep moving forward without getting trapped in your head.